cars. Channel 9's Johnny Fernandez joins us live now. And Johnny, you've been monitoring the fuel situation all day now.
Yeah, good afternoon, Vanessa. Truck can carry, which is roughly about 9,000 gallons of fuel. Now, this will actually help gas stations stay filled up. Now, take a listen to the advice one driver had for those getting ready to head out to gas stations here in Orange County and in Orlando.
If you're going to get your gas, if you're going to get prepared for the storm, you better get it now.
Now we're coming back out live now at this gas station. You can see that drivers are getting assistance from troopers and from other volunteers here. Now coming up the next hour, I'm looking to the interview we did with FHP and looking into what they are doing to make sure lines are not as long, and also what they're doing to help keep things here at gas stations safe. Reporting here in Orange County, I'm Johnny Fernandez, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Well, we have even more in-depth coverage coming up ahead at 4 o'clock as we all get ready for Hurricane Dorian to hit Florida.
Coming up, we're checking with hardware and grocery stores to see what supplies they have left, and we're talking with leaders across counties to see what steps they are taking today to make sure they're ready.
Yeah, we still are watching this hurricane moving to the west, 10 miles an hour, strengthening steadily. Hurricane watches in the Bahamas. Florida is next for advisories.
When a storm comes through, I talk to my son and my daughter, and I say, listen, Dad's going to be away. And they understand that. They understand Dad's going to help other people.
My family, they always tell me, be safe. We've experienced storms ourselves. They understand. They know.
I have a wife and 2 kids. I know it's tough on them. At the end of the day, they know that what I'm doing is for a purpose.
When there's a storm approaching, we go into another mode, and we are 100% ready.
What we try to do for the people is give them a lot of hope. They're seeing their neighborhoods coming on.
We're not done until everybody's power is restored. 16-hour days, every single day, no days off. For my younger daughter, it's tough. I hope that she's proud of me. I hope that she goes back one day and says, you know what, Dad did what he could for the community, and this made a difference.
When people need our help,
we answer the call.
That's what it means to be an FPL lineman.
Hi, I'm AJ Harrison. A new Kia Rio Forte Ursul, 0 down, $239 a month, including your tax, including your tag, including all your fees, including warranty forever. And it's not a lease. You own it. Your name's on the title. And don't prejudge your credit. We have a plan for everybody. BonifaceHourasKia.com, Melbourne, Florida, home of warranty forever. Thank you.
For 30 years, Central Florida chefs have come together to create an evening of great food, but most importantly, a chance to change lives.
Every day, thousands of local children are without meals, but at Taste Central Florida, we come together to help end childhood hunger.
So join us as we celebrate the area's culinary excellence and help provide healthy meals to children in our community at the 30th annual Taste Central Florida. Learn how you can get involved at 9family.com.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 4. Coverage you can count on.
Hurricane Dorian, major hurricane, the first of the season. Hurricane watches in the Bahamas, and Florida is still on the list. We're going to be updating the latest track.
Plus, we're checking with local grocery and hardware stores to see how their supplies are holding up as people stock up. And as people run to get gas, we found out how FHP is helping to keep problems from happening at the service plazas. In the last 2 hours, Hurricane Dorian strengthened to a Category 3 as it turns toward Florida. I'm Vanessa Eccles.
I'm George Estevez. State officials say 2,000 members of the Florida National Guard have been activated, and the number is expected to double by the end of tomorrow. We have more than a dozen reporters across Central Florida talking with county leaders, checking with stores and gas stations, so you have everything you need to know to get ready for the storm. We're going to begin, of course, with Eyewitness News certified chief meteorologist Tom Terry. Tom, what you got?
It's a big hurricane, George and Vanessa. Right now, hurricane watches out for the Bahamas, as I mentioned. We will likely get some watches for a lot of the Florida Peninsula, depending on the exact track, sometime either late tonight or in the morning, based on the 48-hour in advance time frame. Let me show you this. Very interesting. Our new GO-16 satellite, and you can really see the center of that storm. It's almost like a big round football stadium, a stadium effect, where it kind of is wider at the edges and tapers inland somewhat, about 10 miles across right now, I'd estimate. So a sign of a very well-developed storm. And again, those watches out for the Bahamas right now. The track, we'll get an update on here coming up soon. The afternoon forecast models have done a little bit of a shift toward the east. In fact, the European model doesn't even make landfall in Florida. It gets very close and then moves up the coast, similar to Matthew did, but that is kind of an outlier. The rest of the models are still making landfall, as the Hurricane Center forecast currently has. I know this is frustrating. It is for me too. I want to be able to be as exact as possible in what you can expect and when. But right now, the forecast track is still near or north of West Palm. That may be shifted just a hair north based on the forecast model track. But either way, a very large hurricane. What we do know for sure, it is going to be a major hurricane. It is going to move west. It is going to slow down, if not stop, and then it's going to go north. And where that turn happens is a big impact, of course, on what you get and when. Now, the Dorian wind field, this graphic will be updated with a new track coming up soon. Right in the middle, the little swirl there is the European model, so it matches up pretty well. But starting Monday, we'll be building a storm surge with a long duration 24-hour event at least. So that's going to be one of our initial concerns, is surge. That's why we have coastal evacuations. That plus the potential of stronger winds there, especially in southeast
Welcome back. This is Channel 1 Atlanta's continuing coverage of Hurricane Dorian. Good afternoon. I'm David Otten here from the Broadcast Center, the Storm Center. This is the Channel 1 Atlanta Storm Watch, and we're going to be bringing you continuing coverage of the storm throughout the weekend. So please stay with us and check back often for frequent updates. In the meantime, in just a moment, we're going to go back to station channel 9 there in Orlando, and we'll be going to different TV stations across Florida as our coverage continues, and also bringing you information from a variety of sources across the country, in particular Florida. We have a new advisory that will be coming out shortly, within the hour, from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. In the meantime, the 2 p.m. advisory turned Dorian into a major hurricane with winds over 115 miles per hour with higher gusts. And this storm has moved to the northwest at 10 miles per hour. It's now a Category 3 storm, and we're expecting the storm to become a Category 4 storm at time of landfall somewhere around the West Palm Beach area. Again, we can't be too particular exactly what town along the coastline there is going to get hit at the moment, but we're kind of zeroing down there between Central Florida and somewhere between Daytona Beach down toward Fort Lauderdale. So we're thinking right now West Palm Beach, and we'll continue to monitor that as well. Again, a landfall expected this weekend. And now let's go back to TV station channel 9 there in Orlando for continuing coverage. We'll be back with frequent updates.
That came during opening statements in the trial for Everett Miller. He's charged with first-degree premeditated murder in the deaths of Officer Matthew Baxter and Sergeant Sam Howard. But as Channel 9's Jeff Deal reports now, they're hoping the jury will find him guilty of second-degree murder.
Okay, there went on to some other news for the moment, and we'll go back to them. Stay with us. We're going to see if we can switch over to another TV station here momentarily, and we'll be right back with you.
that this case is a tragedy.
But they told jurors they don't think this is a first-degree murder case. They believe the retired Marine's life was spiraling downward. He lost his girlfriend, his job, and couldn't get help he needed from the VA. In Kissimmee, Jeff Deal, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And now, because of the storm, the trial will continue until next Wednesday at the earliest.
After nearly a week of searching, Volusia County deputies have arrested a man accused of attacking someone with a machete. Deputies say somebody spotted Paul Thompson in Edgewater last night. Investigators believe Thompson hit someone in Oak Hill with a machete, leaving that person seriously injured. Deputies found Thompson last night at his girlfriend's house. He was also arrested because deputies say she had previously denied knowing where Thompson was.
Let's take a break and put a smile on our faces now. Great news about the beloved Jeopardy host, who has been a mainstay on the game show for more than
Taping season 36 of the show. You can watch Jeopardy at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 9. That's some encouraging news with
let's hope he
everything else going
continues to
on.
improve there. Let's hope things get better with this rascal.
Yeah, lots to watch, though.
You talked about it slowing down.
It's
to like 4 or 5 miles an hour, maybe?
10 miles an hour. That's, if you went out and started running pretty fast, that's 10 miles an hour. But if you started kind of walking briskly, that's what, about 3 or 4? We may do a brisk walk through the Bahamas, and we may come to a stop and just kind of shuffle near Florida and then start moving north. And where all those speed changes happen is the whole ball game for who gets what and when. That's what we've been watching. Right now, downtown Orlando, we've had storms move by. It's been a kind of on and off wet, stormy day. The weather's moving out pretty quickly, though, giving us a little break along the coast as folks are getting their preps underway. Right now, hurricane watches for the Bahamas. We will likely get some watches either late tonight or in the morning. They will be coming, and we can see right now the water temperatures. And the hurricanes use warm water. That's the fuel. Without that, they don't exist. They are very unique creatures in that respect in the atmosphere. So warm water, we have lots of it out ahead. It's even warmer down south. It's in the upper 80s. Fortunately, it's not here, but mid 80s. Plenty warm enough to sustain this system. Plus, it goes through the Gulf Stream near Florida. That's why we think unless it goes through some sort of weird gyration with the eye, it will still likely be a Cat 4 landfall. Now, these darn models, pull my hair out. The latest consensus still brings it as a very powerful hurricane, hammering the northern Bahamas, Freeport, Nassau will get fewer impacts probably to the south, but moving through. Then the models start diverging. New today, the models are now starting to do more of a turn up or near the coast, including the morning run of the GFS, which runs it right through Brevard County. The European model stops at short about 30 miles and goes up similar to Matthew. Still very possible, but this is just one model run, and we kind of go with the consensus. The Hurricane Center may do some subtle changes to the track that they're working on right now, and we will wait and see what they say. But we're all going to be getting something. It's just to what degree. And again, this track will be updated soon. They may not change just a whole lot here. If anything, this is the Tuesday morning. Still a major hurricane, perhaps south of Vero, north of West Palm somewhere. Again, it's a very large hurricane. This track may be shifted a little north. I don't know. We'll see. But it's not going to change just a whole lot. And again, this storm is going to be giving lots of big impacts. Now, the wind field will be enormous, as I said. Even if it stays offshore, it's still big. This is the probably well over 200 miles worth of tropical storm force wind. So you can see the wind field will start hammering the coast. It's going to be building up storm surge for a long duration event. If this thing were like Matthew, moving at about 15 miles an hour, moving north, you get about 6-8 hours of surge, and then things quiet down. This could be 24 hours of surge, okay? So especially in our southern zones, Indian River, Brevard County, please heed those evacuation orders when they come through, because we will have surge, whether it moves on shore or brushes up the coast. It's going to be similar impacts along the coast. Now, I'm not going to go real specific county by county yet. I just can't do it yet. We just don't have enough clarity on exactly where things are going. I think we'll have a little bit less wind over the interior, but still tropical storm conditions, perhaps up to 6 inches of rainfall. We'll see. Heaviest rain and surge will likely be along the East Coast. This is also likely where we would see the higher chances of hurricane conditions. I'll be working on this. We have 5 certified meteorologists is what we do, and we'll be giving you the best information as we get good information. Here's your scattered shower chance, 50% the next few days, and then watching Dorian Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Vanessa?
If you're watching other things on your smart TV tomorrow, you can keep track of Dorian by downloading the WFTV app on your TV or smartphone. Not only will we alert you to changes in the storm track and other urgent updates, we'll give you 10-minute live updates at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. to keep you updated on what's going on with Hurricane Dorian. That's live on WFTV.com, WFTV.com mobile, and WFTV over the top.
And you and I will be here tomorrow for those.
We will.
As Brevard County is getting ready for Dorian, many people are thinking back to damage done during Irma. Coming up, we're checking in with one neighborhood not only damaged by the hurricane, but also by tornadoes that came with it.
High school football returns across Central Florida for most teams, but coming up, I've got some of the changes we saw in the schedule due to the threat of Hurricane Dorian.
You a cop?
No.
I'm gonna have to check for a wire.
Well, it's a good thing I wore my second best bra.
Why don't you let the cops handle it?
Let someone else have all the fun?
Stuff Down coming to ABC. How to prepare for the All-Star Games.
You made over 300,000 flashcards?
The exact number is 364,878.
Wow. Presented by Consumer Cellular.
Brought to you by AutoNation.
I'm AJ Hierson, Boniface Hire Chevrolet in Melbourne, Florida, where you can get your choice of a new Silverado or Colorado, $199 a month, or available. Financing up to 72 months. One place, folks, Boniface Hire Chevrolet in Melbourne, Florida, home of warranty forever. Thank you.
If you have questions about your accident, the consultation is free, and you don't pay us unless we're successful. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
At AT&T, we believe in access, the opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world full of possibilities, connecting with family, friends, and the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
Get 2019's best SUV brand on clearance from $189 a month during Honda's Summer Spectacular event. Honda's award-winning SUVs are on sale from $189 a month. Get the versatile HR-V with smart technology for $189 a month. CR-V, KBB.com's Best Buy, $239 a month. Or Pilot with seating for 8 and Honda Sensing. Save thousands with 1.9% financing. Even the all-new Passport is on sale today at your Central Florida Honda dealers.
Discover the Trial Pro difference. 1-800-TRIAL-PRO, TrialPro.com.
During the Labor Day sale at Mattress One, save big on adjustable mattress sets from the biggest names in sleep. Save up to $1,000 on Stearns & Foster adjustable sets. And up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic. Mattress One has the adjustable set of your dreams.
You're watching continuing coverage of Hurricane Dorian live on Channel 1 Atlanta Storm Watch.
Visit MattressOne.com to find a store near you.
Why buy your next Chevrolet at Boniface Hire Chevrolet in Melbourne, Florida? That's easy, folks. It's the warranty forever. No time limit, no mile limit, no deductible, honored nationwide at no charge. BonifaceHireChevrolet.com, Melbourne, Florida. Home of warranty forever. Thank you.
It is another Football Friday night in Central Florida. Some teams move their games up with the threat of Hurricane Dorian, but most in the area are still scheduled to play tonight. Channel 9 sports anchor Christian Brewery is at Wekiva High School for our game of the week. And Christian, some athletic activities have been canceled this weekend, but not football.
Yeah, Vanessa, they'll be playing football out here tonight at Wekiva. Orange County Public Schools, though, has canceled all other school activities that were scheduled for either Saturday or Sunday. We did see some football games out on the coast move. Viera moved their game up to Thursday night. Palm Bay canceled theirs altogether. Now back to our game of the week here at Wekiva. It's the Mustangs and West Orange Warriors set to kick it off. These are two teams that were district rivals 1 year ago, but that's not the case anymore. Wekiva dropped out in class, so while this game still holds playoff implications due to the new point system, it will not impact any sort of district race. Even without that, it's a matchup with two of the most talented teams in Central Florida. Both programs sent multiple players to Division I schools a year ago, and there's more D1 talent that will be on the field tonight.
You're talking about game of the week. You know, anytime you're talking about the game of the week, that means there's a vote. That means people are excited to see it. And so we are the same as far as being excited for it. The buzz is crazy on this campus.
And this will be our game of the week on Football Friday night on 9. It comes your way at 11:35. We'll have these highlights and also highlights from 14 other games once again at 11:35 right here on Channel 9. Reporting from Wekiva High School in Orange County, Christian Brewer, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
I want to go to some high school football tonight. We need that. It's a little break. We're also watching Dorian. This is something we'll be dealing with all the way through the weekend, watching the track, and I'll have a new advisory in this half hour.
Download the all-new WFTV weather app, take control of Doppler 9 HD radar, and get a localized forecast from Chief Meteorologist Tom Terry. Download for free in your app store today. Just search WFTV.
As Hurricane Dorian approaches our coast, you can count on the Severe Weather Center 9 team to cover all of Central Florida to help you prepare with the latest track and the critical information you need. Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Severe weather coverage you can count on.
It's our summer clearance event at Boniface Harris, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Merritt Allen. You'll get up to 25% off Ram trucks and Jeeps with financing from 0% for 72 months. Boniface Harris, ChryslerDodge.com, Merritt Allen, Florida. Home of warranty forever. Thank you.
Here's your Buick, sir.
Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack. This is my Buick.
How are we going to fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Current eligible lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2019 Buick Encore for around $159 per month.
When a storm comes through, I talk to my son and my daughter, and I say, listen, Dad's going to be away. And they understand that. They understand Dad's going to help other people.
My family, they always tell me, be safe. We've experienced storms ourselves. They understand. They know.
I have a wife and 2 kids. I know it's tough on them. At the end of the day, they know that what I'm doing is for a purpose.
When there's a storm approaching, we go into another mode, and we are 100% ready.
What we try to do for the people is give them a lot of hope. They're seeing their neighborhoods coming on.
We're not done until everybody's power is restored. 16-hour days, every single day, no days off. For my younger daughter, it's tough. I hope that she's proud of me. I hope that she goes back one day and says, you know what, Dad did what he could for the community, and this made a difference.
When people need our help,
we answer the call.
That's what it means to be an FPL lineman.
As athletes, we count on help from our teammates every day.
Everything we do together.
That's why we chose Orlando.
We wanted our family to be together in a place that feels like home.
Turns out our home team came with a great partner, Orlando Health.
Having access to a team of good doctors you can trust, not only as athletes, but as a family.
That's teamwork. And that's why we choose Orlando Health.
Why buy your next Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram truck from Boniface Harris or Merritt Allen? It's easy, folks. It's a warranty forever. No time limit, no mile limit, no deductible, no charge. In writing, honor nationwide. Boniface Harris, ChryslerDodge.com, Merritt Allen, Florida, home of warranty forever. Thank you.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 4. Coverage you can count on.
Right now at 4:30, all eyes are on the tropics as Hurricane Dorian turns in the Atlantic as a Category 3 storm.
Yes, the latest hurricane track for Dorian set to come down in the next 30 minutes. So you'll get it right here, Eyewitness News at 4 o'clock. Eyewitness News certified chief meteorologist Tom Terry tracking where Dorian's going next and giving us all sorts of breakdowns. Tom?
Okay, I talked in the last half hour about the uncertainty of all this. What we are certain is that this is going to be a very, very large hurricane. It is going to keep moving west. It is going to slow down, and then it's going to turn north. And we're going to be close by the early part of next week to the fury of this storm, whether it's offshore or whether it actually makes landfall. Right now, hurricane watch out for the northern Bahamas, and that will probably hit the Freeport area harder than Nassau based on the track. And we can see on the high-resolution visible satellite picture, incredible ink, and still expect to become an even stronger Category 4 hurricane. Now, again, the whole ridge of high pressure thing we've talked for days and days about is still will continue to move it west, and then based on timing, how slow the movement is. Right now it's moving at 10 miles an hour. It will probably likely slow down to a walking speed as it moves past the Bahamas, and that will all depend on whether it gets to the coast directly or moves to the north. Palm Bay city leaders are talking right now.
Today, around 9:30, the city declared a local state of emergency in advance of the disaster that may come our way. We are getting ready, and recovery from the state of Florida to address municipal needs will be in motion when the time comes. Though the path of Hurricane Dorian is still uncertain, the city of Palm Bay urges all residents to prepare for the impact associated with the major landfalling hurricane. The city will issue updates and notice to the media, the City of Palm Bay's website, and official Palm Bay social media pages. The city also has an information hotline set up. It's 321-726-5683. City of Palm Bay, the process of Hurricane Dorian, and will continue to prepare for emergency operation. The city will be closed Monday and anticipate additional closure days early next week, depending on the time of impact. Once the hurricane has passed, the city officials will assess the situation and determine when a return to normal the city operation will be expected. Residents are reminded to shelter in place and refrain from traveling until all clear notification is issued by the city of Palm Bay. Remember, wait until initial clear is done. You could still get hurt after the aftermath, okay? So we're gonna have debris out there. So be careful, the residents. I urge you to prepare now and prepare after. To no further ado, I'm gonna bring our Chief of Police, Nelson Moy.
Good afternoon. In preparation for this storm, it is our policy to put our staff on standby, in essence, giving us the capacity to double our workforce in the event that the storm impacts our city. In so doing, it allows us to deploy our resources well into this community so that we can be adequately and better prepared to respond to emergency situations if we are indeed impacted by the storm. I'd like to, if I may, touch on a couple of things that are important to our agency anytime we face a potential natural disaster like a storm. First, and this is something that we are already experiencing and dealing with, and we ask the community to please help us by remaining civil with each other. In particular, when we're at our stores, our convenience stores, our gas stations, certainly the roadways, we don't want to see any acts of road rage. Those things make our preparations difficult. We want you to be ready with your families, but we want you to do it in an orderly fashion. So please take care of each other. Be patient so that we can allow one another to get things done in a timely manner. Secondly, when the county announces the opening of shelters, we will be staffing them along with the fire department. There will be staff for security purposes and for medical purposes, and we're well prepared to do that as well. If we are impacted by the storm, call 911 if you're truly faced with an emergency. Outside of that, we ask you to call a non-emergency number. That is 321-952-3456. We certainly don't want to tie up our emergency lines with non-emergency situations, so please help us there as well. Also, stay vigilant before, during, and after the event. Help each other out by reporting to us any suspicious behavior that you may feel is a crime in progress. We are more than ready to respond to those acts. Our focus after the storm.
You've been listening to this live news conference from the officials there in Palm Bay, just giving an update on what they're doing to prepare for the storm. We've been showing you those from various places. I think we had Orange County earlier today and Seminole County, just so that you can get a chance to see what your local leaders are doing. And the key message here is that they're just telling everyone to just be prepared. We don't know where it's going to make landfall and what's going to happen, but we just all need to be prepared.
And I loved what he said, too, about civility.
Yeah.
And during moments like these, you know, we know how to deal with hurricanes, and we have severe weather tonight, and we all kind of know what we're talking about. But to have civility, you can't teach that. So you have to have the patience when you're in those long lines. We talked about having to go back and get more gas. So just take a deep breath, and we're all in this together.
Patience, because it's going to be a long couple of days around here.
Yep.
We'll get through it, though. As with any pending storm, thousands of residents in Orange County may be in need of shelter. County leaders are still working on a plan of action. Channel 9's Karen Parks is live now at Barnett Park. Karen, that community center has been used as a shelter in the past.
Vanessa, we are here right off of Pine Hills Road at Barnett Park, which has been used as an emergency shelter in the past. Now, folks inside told me that they are expecting to be named as a storm shelter, but they have not received confirmation yet. That's because county leaders are working with school officials and Parks and Recreation to not only determine shelter locations, but everything. In the meantime, here are a few things you need to know.
We will open shelters on Sunday to serve those who need to evacuate.
Mayor Jerry Demings and other county leaders anticipate opening shelters as the threat of Dorian continues to plague the area.
We're going to be visiting the mobile home parks tomorrow within unincorporated Orange County and going door to door and really encouraging folks to take